So, basically in one sentence, which I will explain a bit later more, we have been in contact with the Taygetan Pleiadian crew who are right now in the orbit of the Earth. As you know, they are here. You see them, you see the UFOs, you see the sightings, they are very close. We have been all wondering why they are here, what they have to say. So I will explain how this happened, but basically, yes, we are in a direct contact with that crew in the orbit. I will explain how. It's very important to mention this is not channeled information. We do not channel. The Taygetan Pleiadians, you can see Taygeta, this is a system in Pleiades. They do not channel, and I'll explain a little bit more why. This has been going on for over 2 years, daily, and basically we have been given so much information that covers variety of topics, and I have been sharing this in my 2 YouTube channels that I have. The first channel I have is a Spanish channel called Agencia Cósmica, and I have been running this channel, this work, together with my work partner, Robert from Despejando Enigmas, who has been sharing this. And in the Spanish world, we are quite known, actually. I am beginning to share this more and more in the English channel, and the English channel, YouTube channel, is called Cosmic Agency. And we have done over 300 videos over these 2 last years with a very detailed information about actually what they are saying. And this is so important. I'm so excited because all of us here have been talking about the UFO sightings and going on the desert watch and seeing the ancient sites. But this is pure information. I'm here to tell you what they actually have to say. They have been talking. They are here. They are people, just like us. And they have things to say. And this is the most important thing. I have never been really interested myself in the UFO sightings, even though they are important. They are very cool to see. But I have always been interested in the message. Who is operating those vehicles and why they are here and what they have to say. What is their relation with the humans? So with the 300 videos that I have together with the Spanish channel, when I was preparing for this talk, I didn't even have any idea how to start this and how to present this, how to squeeze 2 years of information and experience with those Taygetan Pleiadians in 45 minutes of presentation. Because I'll be talking for 45 minutes, then 45-minute Dale, and then we will have half an hour questions and answers. So you can use this opportunity and ask us anything you want, okay? We will share what we know. We don't know everything, by the way. So they are from the star system Taygeta in Pleiades, mainly from the planet Erra. There are 4 planets in Taygeta: Erra, Temer, Dakote, and Procyon. Okay, now hold on to your seats. I'm going to tell you something exciting. This is actually the same crew that has talked to Billy Mayer. They have never left. They are right there, right now, in the orbit. And they have talked to Billy Mayer. They have confirmed Billy Mayer's case to us. It's real. They talked to him. And since that time, they haven't had such an open, direct contact with the humans until now. They are now trying a different approach. Before, they were trying the photos and they were giving evidence. Didn't work much. Now they are approaching us with the information, okay? And you can find it in, like I said, in my channel, Cosmic Agency. Now, I know that this might strike you as just another contact story. I know how you feel if you are new to this, because I have been in your shoes. I have been actually investigating by myself as a hobby these topics for 20 years. I've been always a spiritual seeker. I studied comparative religion at the university in Australia. And, I have heard many stories, many contact stories. So, there's so many people out there who talk to the aliens, who talk to extraterrestrials, who see things. And I know that this may sound to you just like another contact story. all I will ask you is to have an open mind and consider the information that I will present. Later, if it interests you, consider the information that is presented in the channel. And then I think, and those of you who know me already will agree, and then you might agree that this is the most extraordinary direct contact that we have had on planet Earth. And I'm not talking now about contact. There have been all kinds of contacts going on with humans. But I'm talking about the quantity of information. This is the first time that any extraterrestrial race has actually passed so much information, direct, exact information to the humans, okay? Those of you who know me can confirm that, I think, right? It's very, very detailed information. As they themselves say, Taigetans, we are the noisiest extraterrestrial race out there right now. Yes, they are the noisiest one. Taigeta belongs to the Federation. Okay, yes, it exists, the Federation, and there are many, many, many races, hundreds belonging to that Federation, but none of them in such a direct contact right now with the humans. And I'm talking about passing the information. The main core of the information, and I will get to the information a little bit later, is to basically liberate people from the matrix and from the system. Okay, this is the very empowering information. Yes, this is so very empowering. It liberates you. It liberates us from the slave system that we are in. We are living in a manipulated society. You're just basically surrounded by lies. The whole reality is a lie. So they are here to actually liberate us with this information. As they say to us, the information is a weapon. It's a weapon for you to fight the system, to fight the cabal. The cabal, for those of you who don't know, shadow government, who is actually very real and directs all fields of human endeavor. Now, I will have to explain to you how this contact is taking place. And now when you hear this, many of you who are new might go into a very strong cognitive dissonance, okay? Because we are right now very used and in acceptance of channeled information, okay? Channeled information, no one questions. Yes, it's channeled, very, very nice, okay. This is a new type of contact. I want to explain. They told us there are 8 ways they have been talking and communicating with the humans. First, telepathy is very real, telepathy. Then channeling, also, it's very real. It's very real. So I don't want to dismiss anyone who has been in contact with anybody through channeling. Then there is a direct contact, face to face. It also happens. They are closer than you think. They are. I wouldn't be surprised if they are here at all. They are always following UFO congresses, we've been told. Then there is a mix, telepathy and channeling. Then they also told us they use sometimes to communicate with the humans direct radio microwave transmissions. And then they also use muon transmissions to communicate with some leaders of the Earth at some points in history. And then, welcome to the last way of communication, and this has been implemented since 2008 as an experiment. They are coming in contact with us through the internet. Yes, and now many of you will dismiss this probably because we have come across people who dismiss the information based on just that. However, they are right there in the orbit. The technology that we use here on Earth is very primitive to them. It's very easy for them to access our internet technology. So we communicate with them actually using live chat. Live chat, it's not emails, it's not Facebook, it's a live chat. We go into this special room where we talk with them live, and it has been going on for years now. We are in the 3rd year, sometimes hours daily, where they pass us information on all kinds of subjects. Okay, now why internet? The internet, first of all, they have dismissed channeling as the primordial way of contact because according to them, it's not very reliable. I'll explain that later, but they are in the 5th density, we are in the 3rd density. So it is actually not very easy for us to receive, to be pure channels for that information coming from the 5D. There are a lot of distortions and a lot of human filters in the way. So there is a directive, a cosmic law that states that any advanced civilization cannot contact the developing civilization using the technology that is not known to that race, right? So now that we have the internet and it is a known technology to us, they have switched to that technology to contact us here on the earth. And I'm talking about Taygete and Pleiadians. I'm not saying other races do not channel. I'm just saying these specific race have decided to switch as an experiment to see if that would work better, to switch to the internet as the main primordial way of contacting people. Why not? It's so easy. They are just right there sitting in the orbit. You can actually see them floating around. They are on a main big ship, but they also have smaller ones. It's very easy for them to access our technology, and they find it much more reliable and credible, and they can pass this way a lot of information. So in my channel, Cosmic Agency, you will not see any channel information, and you will not see any information that is coming from me. This is not my information. This is word for word what they have been telling us over these past 2 years. Free. They never ask for anything. They never want anything in return. This information is free. They spend hours with us. They don't belong to any specific political group. So you see there's no interest here behind. Nothing. Pure information given free. Yes.
Yeah, how about that?
Yes. Why did that? Okay. Now, the range of topics. This is impossible for me now to go into the range of topics, into everything that we have been told. You have to see the videos. But now, the range of topics goes from highly metaphysical information, spiritual metaphysical, technology. Data technology is explained, genetics, biology, DNA, how DNA works, biology, genetics, science. But now, there's a trick here. 5D science, okay? Not the 3D science, which is a big gap between our science and the 5D science. Maybe Dave will talk about that later.
Did everybody hear that? Yes. Not 3D, and I don't mean third dimension, third density. And there's a big difference between the 3rd density and the 5th density where my family and brothers and sisters reside, okay? So when you're talking about density, you're talking about frequency. And everything in the ether and in the universe is frequency.
Yes. They talk about free energy. They're actually giving us a lot of technology about information about free energy and how it actually works. They cannot give us everything because, first of all, they are not allowed yet, okay? And second of all, we are not ready yet as a race truly to openly receive this information because every time it comes out, it gets squashed. So, okay, so it's not the time yet, but they are giving a lot of information about free energy. Then artificial intelligence, they are actually warning us about that as well. Black goo, they talk a lot about cabal operations and manipulation of the humanity. This is an exciting series of episodes I had, was about stellar navigation and how actually their ships work. So if you are very interested about the ships and how actually they operate, how they run, they are telling us in detail how they use their ships. They talk about ether jumps. I say ether. They talk about, they don't like the term warp because the warp drive, because they say there's no warping. We're not bending anything. This is not how it works. They call it supraluminar space flight or ether or hyperspace jump. This is faster than light speed, okay? So they are explaining in details how they use frequencies and how they use the ether to transport themselves faster than light, which basically This is not even transportation, that's gonna be maybe later. They don't move, they just manipulate frequencies and they basically manifest from one point to another, because from the ether, there are no distances. There are no distances, everything is at the same time. So it just works by the manipulation of frequencies. But I have 10 episodes about that. Then pre-ancient history, the manifestation of matter, how matter manifests based on the consciousness, how consciousness and idea and intention actually is behind the creation of all matter. Then timelines are explained, and time, what is time? Timelines, very deep and complex information as well. Time travel, because they are time travelers. Yeah. So they explain in detail how that works as well. So for 3 years they have been giving to us this incredible knowledge, incredible insights with very high precision, asking nothing in return. Okay, so we have been examining this for 3 years. By the way, we are not just some silly, hey, someone is talking to us on the internet and we just believe it. No, we have had 3 years to actually examine this and to come to the conclusion that they are what they say they are. We don't see anything, any other motive behind. Clearly, you can see clearly if you study all the videos that this information is not of human origin. It's not of human origin. Now, oh yeah, the clicker. Okay, this is my channel, Cosmic Agency, and you can see some of the videos that I have, time travel. They also give information about the latest events. So we had a video about the coronavirus, a frequency mapping of the unknown places, time travel. Yes, a lot of things. So Cosmic Agency. Now I want to just introduce very fast Dale. Why is he here with me in the stage? So 2 years ago, yeah, how did we meet? With you, but then before with them. It actually happened over 2 years ago in Barcelona, where I live. My friend Robert, who had the YouTube channel, Despejando Enigmas, went to the UFO Congress, just like here in Barcelona. And there was an older lady who approached him and started telling him about how she's in contact with the Taygetans. He was very open-minded. And he listened. And she introduced him to them. And then Robert, introduced me to the crew. And we started chatting and we started having these communications on a daily basis. That's how it started. Dale, who by the way is an ex-NASA engineer, he's a scientist, okay? He's a scientist, has been watching my videos. We didn't know each other before. He watched my videos and he emailed me. And I don't really reply to a lot of emails, I'm sorry, right away, because I just don't have time, because I need to do this. I'm doing this now full time, and I'm doing videos in Spanish and in English, both, so it takes a lot of time. And plus, I need to spend hours talking to them almost every day, to them up there. And it's very time consuming, because it's typing, and they need to pass a lot of information, this way, and it's not easy, it's time consuming. So anyway, I don't respond to a lot of emails, but I did respond to Dale's email for some strange reason. I had a connection, something told me to respond. We had a Skype conversation, and I introduced Dale to them. Because actually, Dale, all his life, has been feeling and has known himself to be a Taygetan Pleiadian. Strange coincidence. So that's why he contacted me. So I put him in touch with the crew. And what happened then? Maybe you can take over and explain.
Well, first of all, you really want me to go into the story right now?
No, just the intro. And then
just it. All right. Well, first of all, for those of you that know me and know my story, how many have heard my story out there? A few? Okay, so we'll save that for my half, and I'll tell you more about it. But basically, I knew when I saw Gosia for the first time that she was someone I was connected to, that we were destined probably to work together. I had been on this planet 65 years as of January of this year. And I've been doing my mission since that time. And I thought that I was basically alone. And believe me, that's a tough place to be, really. So I really wanted and needed an extra contact, but never did I dream that I'd actually get to meet my family. All right? That was something that I'd longed for, wanted, needed. Anyway, I sent a message to Gosia, short and simple, and said, I think we need to talk. And for some reason, she answered me as we developed that relationship. Now, it was never my intent to think for one moment that she would eventually tell the Pleiadians about me, my Tegetan family, and that they would have a meeting and deliberate for quite some time as to whether or not to bring me in. And they did so. And when she had then contacted me again and said, hey, I've got some exciting news for you, I practically fell off the table. I fell off the floor, you know. He had to pick me up. I was kind of just laying there. I was amazed. And then we made the arrangement, and I got to meet them online and so forth. And I do want to say that not only do we talk to them online, but we have talked to them verbally, and we've met them in person, and all kinds of different things. She's going to elaborate on that for you. Okay, so after that point in time, they then confirmed with their database who I was, and that's the part of the story that we'll save for when I get into it.
Yeah. Thanks, Zaya. And since then, we have been working together. He's like part of the crew. So I'm very happy that he's with me.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, very important. We have been doing this mainly using internet. However, using the chat. However, we also had the audio connection a few times, so we could actually hear them and have a live audio conversation with them, with one of them, with a man, okay, with a Tegetan pilot. And also, we saw one of them physically. However, we cannot discuss this much, okay? We don't have authorization. So mainly, it's just on the internet, and that's how they pass the information. Okay, so now let's go to some of the information, because I know you are very interested to know who they are and what they have to say. That's like the most important part. And time is going very, very, very fast. So, okay, we are living in a 3D, third density. Like Dale said, not a dimension. They say it's density, okay? Third density, because it has to do with the frequency oscillations. So it's 3D. They are operating in a 5D world. Everything outside of 3D Earth actually exists in 5D. Now, I'm talking about the physical. Of course, we have higher dimensions and all the way up to the source, right? The world is infinite. However, we are talking about biological, physical world. So all outside of 3D Earth is in 5D as biological, physical world. And they are physical, biological people. I don't even want to call them beings. They are just people, okay? They are people, humanoid. There are, of course, other races who don't look like humans. There's all kinds of variety out there. However, according to some of the directives, the first race to approach humans is supposed to be the one who looks like us. So there is not much dissonance, okay? So it's a slow process, slow transition. That's why it's those extraterrestrials that have been in contact with us, mostly with the humans in general, humanoid. They are right now, well, this is information from a couple of weeks ago, in the altitude 524 kilometers. That's up, it's not even that far. 524 kilometers. They are rotating on the ship velocity 7.9 kilometers per second. Now, a few years ago, when we first met, there were many of them, hundreds of them right now there. However, now there are actually less than 50 in that specific crew. And it's because they are always on rotation, okay? It never changes. They have lives there, just like us. And the new ones come, the older ones leave. Now, I want to show you the image. Now, we have seen their photos, okay? And we have seen one of them live. But we are not allowed to show photographs of them. However, Robert from the Spanish world has made an image of the main girl that we have been in contact with, main person. She is a female, and her name is Zvaru, okay? Zvaru, and she looks like this, okay? This is very close to how she looks. Okay, very, very, very close. This is not a photo, but it's very close. She's very young. However, you have to remember they live, well, this specific race lives to 1,000 years. So they can be in a young body, but they could be, their consciousness is much, much beyond their age. Okay? So Zvaru has been the main contact for us. Also, another one that is called Aneka. There was a Taigetan man, Dor Kalel, a pilot, and many, many others. Together we have spoken to like 16 of them. But the main one is her. She is the powerhouse beyond all the information. She's not actually with us right now. She's currently absent, but she's not gone. Okay, they are warriors, and they are very passionate about helping the earth. Okay, now very interesting. This society, actually, Taigetan Pleiadians are matriarchal. How do you say that? Okay, matriarchal. Okay, it means that women are leaders of the society. This doesn't mean there are no men. There are men, and they are very important. They are actually very, very cherished and respected. But it just turned out that it's women in this society that took charge and lead the society. Other races are more patriarchal. Like, I don't know if you know Ummites, for example. Ummites is another race that are patriarchal, but this one is matriarchal. Okay, now, so the next question, what do they do here? What do the extraterrestrial in general do around here, right? And I will only talk about Taigetan Pleiadians' perspective, because these are the ones that we know. There are many races, and there are many agendas, and there are many purposes of them being here. But I can tell you with specifics why the Taigetans are here. So many reasons. One very important reason is enforcing the blockade on Earth, okay? I don't know if you heard of reptilian races and all the regressive races, but they actually exist. They are real. There are regressive races behind the curtains and manipulating the society. So the Taigetans and other races have been assisting with enforcing the blockade, so the reptilians don't export humans outside the Earth, because actually that's what's been happening, okay? But it is very much under control now, so that's what they do. Enforce the blockade around the Earth. They isolate the Earth. Cleaning a lot of things like radioactive spilling. They calming storms, assessing health risks. They have been involved in assessment of the coronavirus situation very much so. Recently, made videos about that. They are involved in shutting down missile sites, deflecting asteroids, calming volcanoes, derailing false flags. That's so important. They are so involved in many false flag operations, derailing them and slowing them down. And it's all done behind the scenes. No one knows. Arresting reptiles, stopping epidemics, chasing illegal starships with human cargo, stopping people trafficking, because yes, this has been, unfortunately, it has been happening. But they have been working to stop that. All this, they are doing behind the scenes. The idea is that humans are not supposed to know, and I will explain that a bit later why. They don't want any credit. But if you are wondering what they are doing, why are not here, why are they not showing, why are they not helping, they are. They are doing so much for the humans, and they don't want any credit. They get sick because of that, because they are very close to the negative 3D frequencies, and it affects them very much. They get sick, they get tired, but they are passionate about doing this, okay? So we need to be very grateful, because a lot is done. A lot is done. And now they also assist with the whole transition process, because the ascension, actually, that famous ascension is real. However, they don't like very much this term ascension. I don't like it very much either, because, I don't know, they don't like, to be honest, they don't like very much what the New Age has done to their image. okay? They are very tired of how Pleiadians are perceived. I'll talk about that a bit later too. There has been a lot of distortions going on. They are not these angelic, beautiful light beings, spheres floating around. No, they are human. They are people. They are warriors. They eat. They do all kinds of everyday stuff just like us. And the ascension. So what has been going on is that there's so much in my head. I want to explode because I want to tell you so much in such a few minutes. No, huh?
Hold on.
Very passionate about this. Yes. So they are assisting us with this transition process because what's happening, the Schumann resonance is increasing, okay, and we are slowly going into the 5D. I will explain that a bit later too. So they're assisting with this process, guiding us and mentoring behind the scenes. They are not ready to be shown yet in public, officially. They are doing this behind the scenes. And this ascension process has very much to do with the removal of the artificial 3D suppressing frequencies. This is very important. We are actually living in a 3D, in the artificial 3D matrix that has been imposed on us and has been transmitted from the moon. That's another topic.
It's like the Matrix that you've seen in the movie.
That's another topic.
We're a hologram within a hologram.
Crazy stuff. So yes, they are also very busy placing, monitoring, and assisting their star seeds. Because the star seeds, which is basically the extraterrestrials right now going into the cycle of the Earth, assisting humans with this transition. So the Star Seeds project is basically extraterrestrial intervention from within, okay? And many of you are doing just that. That's what you are. That's why you are here. You are actually we all are extraterrestrials, but in a way, what I'm talking about now, troops. Most recent troops of extraterrestrials coming in is basically them coming in and intervening from within, because from without there are still limitations. They can help, but they have to do it behind the scenes. So another part of the project is coming in, placing star seeds, and doing this intervention from inside. So they are here to assist with that and monitor their star seeds. A lot of their star seeds are being monitored, and they are very interested in following their star seeds. Each race is very interested in their own star seeds, basically. And also, they are assessing. They are assessing if we, as a civilizations, are ready for the open contact. They have been doing that. They have been doing that for years, examining whether we are ready for the more direct open contact. And to be honest, unfortunately, we are not yet very much ready for the official open contact, according to their conclusions. But everything can change. The future is not set in stone. They are working, we are working, so tomorrow is a new day, anything can happen. That's how timelines work. Okay, so very important. The 5D people are not angels. These are not angels. They are not light beings either. Because many people have been watching our videos and have been put off when we said, oh yeah, they eat, they get frustrated, they sleep. Like, how no, the light beings don't do that. They are not light beings. These are 5D people. There are light beings and higher energy beings, but from above, 6, 7, 8, 9, and above. And those do not need form to exist. They are 5D people, okay? If they walked into the room, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know the difference. You wouldn't know. So the girls, the females, are very feminine. I'm talking about Taygete and Pleiadians, okay? I don't represent all the extraterrestrial races. Very feminine, they use makeup, they use dresses, they use high heels, yes. Men are very manly, very masculine in a way. They work out, for example. They are very strong and muscular, very big and tall. they have long blonde hair with beards, basically like Vikings, because basically they have been there in those times. They are actually the Tegetan Pleiadians are very connected with Eastern Europe and Scandinavian parts. Okay? So if you are imagining, so you're thinking the Viking, that's the Tegetan Pleiadian, and not only. Other Pleiadians also look like that. So mostly blonde and tall, but not only. For example, Svaru is short. See, she's very small, and she has more brown hair. So that's very important to know, okay? Because if we want to be more ready for the contact with those races, we need to normalize them. Okay, we cannot have these fantasies about them, like these light beings and these floating orbs. They just love and light, and like that's not how they are. They are spiritual and they are loving, of course, but they also do a lot of things that we do. They go to the bathroom, they sleep. People, like they are people. I want to share with you some other characteristics of their personality that I noticed. Very innocent. Very transparent, very innocent, like their intentions and their energy is just very open and very, very innocent. Even though they are super intelligent and very smart, there's this innocence about them. Gullible even, yeah, exactly. Very and trusting.
They trust us.
Yeah. Very emotional too. They are actually among more emotional races. There are other races like Andromedans that are more...
like Mr. Spock.
Yeah, like more logical.
Truly, like Mr. Spock.
Yes. Yeah, and Tegetan Pleiadians are more emotional and sensitive, more fragile. They are hardworking. They are warriors, they are very strong. Super sharp, technical. But see, this is very interesting. They are very sharp and technical, scientific, but also very spiritual. They don't divide these categories into left and right, into science and into spiritual. They combine and unite all of it. They actually only have one brain mass. That's why they don't see the world from the scientific perspective or spiritual perspective, which is something that I actually see a lot in these communities. There is like scientific community that dismiss all the spiritual information, and then the reverse. It's like it's the same. They combine science with spirituality. Actually, science is spirituality, and spirituality is science, but not science from this 3D matrix. Okay, I'm talking about higher science, higher metaphysical science. So
monobrain.
Huh?
Monobrain.
Yes, exactly. So. And they have a very good sense of humor as well, actually. They do. We actually make jokes, and they have all distinctive personalities. We have talked to like 16 of them, and you can feel their personalities, how different they are. So
they love to dance. They love music.
Yes.
And they even collect our garbage sometimes and put it in the museum.
They what? They collect what? What did you say?
I said they even collect garbage sometimes and put it in the museum.
Oh my gosh! This is like a side story that's not in my notes. But actually, you know what they do? Yeah. They collect some of our stuff from Earth, like for example, washing powder, and they have museums on their planets with our human Earth objects. Cars, for example, they love picking up cars and just like having them on display in their planets. Crazy stuff. Like they have been telling us amazing stories. Now, but I want to get to the main message, okay? Because this is the core of the information. Because all this other stuff is for the curiosity, and it's very important because we are all curious about them. It's important. We have the videos about that. But I want to get to the main message. What actually they try to transmit. First of all, like I said, 5D is biological beings, and there are humanities out there. More 5D-based humans out there, thousands of races. The universe is full of humans and non-human-looking beings. So now this is important. We are living in a 3D, artificial 3D matrix. This means that, and there's a long story how this happened. You can see it in my channel, but basically 12,500 years ago, there were Tiamat wars in the universe, Tiamat, okay? Tiamat was destroyed in the process. Galactic wars happening. There were reptilian regressive races hiding from the Federation, okay? Federation. And they ended up on Earth. The Earth had actually colonies, extraterrestrial colonies here, pléiadians, other races here. So the Federation was very tired at that moment, and what they did was they decided to trap the reptilians here on Earth with that 3D belt, the frequency suppressing belt, so they cannot escape. And they were supposed to come and deal with the situation later on. And basically they have been dealing with that for 12,000 years. Now, this is a very complex story. Now, since that time, those 3D suppressing frequencies have been in operation, okay? And because of that, we are not able to access our multidimensionality, our multifunctionality as 5D beings. We are actually a stellar race. We are not of human, of Earth origin. We are actually a stellar race based on the Lyrian roots. All the humanoids come from the Lyrian root, okay? However, because of that 3D imposition 12,500 years ago, we have been kind of stuck here and maintained in a lethargic state of consciousness. But why? Because the reptilians, what they did was they used that 3D suppressing system against us, against those Lyrians that were trapped with them. If it sounds complicated, I'm sorry. I know I don't have much time. This is in detail in my channel.
ProPlan, nutrition de pointe développée par nos vétérinaires. Découvrez ce que la nutrition peut faire. ProPlan longévité.
The core of the message is this: the reptilians that were here on Earth only tried to manipulate the Lyrians, the humans that were here on Earth genetically. Okay? Yes, they tried. But what happened is that many people, many theories are floating out there claiming that we have been created here on Earth genetically, or that we were seeded. They are telling us that's not what happened. The regressive ones were trying to manipulate us genetically, but they failed. And why they failed? Because the DNA, the biological DNA, doesn't have its root here in the physical plane. So they couldn't manipulate and change us genetically, manipulating the 3D shadow of its etheric blueprint. The source and the blueprint of our DNA is actually in the ether, is in the other side. So you cannot manipulate us genetically here from this side, and that's the only side the reptilians have the access to. They cannot go beyond. You cannot do that if the source of who we are, of our genetics, is in 5D and beyond, in the source. So how do you do that? Now this is the key to all, to this. How do you do that? How do you manipulate us, the humans, whose source is in the source? Anybody knows? From those of you who know me? How do you change? You remember? Exactly. Using controlling their minds, okay? By mental manipulation. They can't access, they couldn't genetically change us. They started to control us and manipulate and limit us mentally. Because that's the only way that the humans themselves rewrote the genetics to match the new perception of themselves, limiting perception of who they were. But that's what we were told, that we were limited. And that's what rewrote our genetics, okay? So there is no genetic alterations. It's all in our mind. It was done mentally. It was done mentally. And we have been under this mental control for thousands of years. We are kept in this artificial lethargic state and mental control for thousands of years. And that's what they are here to undo, to tell us who we truly are and to awaken us, our true self, okay? So we can even rewrite our genetics to our original state. We can do it. Let's not blame the reptilians because they changed us genetically. No. They always say, she always says, the only thing that limits you is the idea that you are limited. Everything is in the ideas. Everything is in the mind. So this is the core of some of the core of the messages here. How much time is there?
8 o'clock.
No, that's in Ohio. But there
It's
is
a
from
matter
Ohio.
of time.
Oh my gosh, time is going so fast. Okay. Yeah, but I wanted to give it to Dale too. I mean, half. And then the questions. Okay.
Window dressing.
So, another very important point. The ascension, I'll try to go faster now. The ascension is very important. The ascension is happening, but it's not something happening to you on the outside. You don't have to wait for the ascension to happen to you. You are the ascension. It's all about the mental perception because we create the reality with our mind, with our ideas, with our intention, and we are the ones creating the ground for the ascension. We are actually manifesting the ascension for the others. So let's not wait for any events on the outside. Let's not wait for the extraterrestrials to do any work for you. We need to do it from the inside with our perception, attention, focus. And this is very important because after we die, we take the limiting ideas with us. They told us very specifically, the matrix actually continues after we die. We take those ideas with us, and that's why we come back and we reincarnate in the 3D cycle, and we don't get out of here, and we are trapped. Of course, we can come back if we want to. We are always free. But the thing is that we are free, but we don't know that we are. So we choose to come back here, but based on the false ideas that were planted into our minds. Okay, because your soul after death continues to have those ideas. So that's why you need to work on reprogramming all this now, so you can become free to choose to live anywhere else.
Ascension is individual, not group. Okay? Each one of you is your own timeline, and each one of you will ascend when you're ready. So it's an individual thing. Drop your karma. Work on your ascension.
Yes. Okay. Oh, someone knows. Anyone, if any one of you want to talk to us later on, we can talk to you individually and discuss some of this. So it's very, very important that everything in the universe, if whatever happens to you, whatever event, situation, everything is frequencies. So everything you experience is a match to who you are, to what you embody as a soul, okay? So what I'm saying is that 5D ascension, you need to be a frequency match to it. There's nothing they can do from the outside, on the exterior side, if you, in your mind, are not a frequency vibrational match to it. Because you will just go back to the same. You have to be a frequency match to whatever world you want to embody. Okay? That's very important. That's what they are telling us. There is a war over human perception. That's the whole thing. The whole thing is about that. There is a war over human perception. It's not about genetics, alteration, all that. No, bullshit. It's about perception. They are fighting over your perception, okay? The regressive ones are manipulating your perception every single day. And what they are telling us is reprogram your perception. Okay, maybe, yeah. Okay.
More pictures?
No, I don't have many pictures. Okay, one of the most important messages that they have been telling us recently is this. From the most expanded way, the whole universe is just an idea, okay? Everything is just consciousness, it is just you, idea, based on idea. The whole matter manifests actually based on a creative intent and idea, and it's explained in detail how it works. That actually the creative focus focuses the nodes of frequency, harmonics, and nodes, and that gives shapes to matter. But what animates that is you, the observer. You animate the whole reality and the whole world, okay? So now, you create and shape everything with your thoughts, intention, and perception. Okay, we got that. But now, this means that all the problems that we have in the world, including the existence of reptiles, of the cabal, all the negativities and wars, that's what they are telling us, has originated from the most expanded point of view, okay? Like, raise your limits right now. Everything has originated as an idea, as a sort of creative focus within the collective mind. They are telling us that we actually have created everything, including our problems. We have manifested the reptiles, we have manifested the regressive, we have manifested everything from the most expanded point of view. And why? Because the reptiles do not have the existence on their own. They actually do not even have soul. They don't have the connection to the source. I'm talking about the regressive reptiles. There are positive reptiles as well, but I'm talking about those. So those, the regressive ones, do not have the creative power. They couldn't create themselves because they don't have this connection to the source. So we have created them, metaphysically speaking. They are only sub-product. They are only the creation, and we are the creators. They can only feed off our negative emotions for their sustenance and for their existence. So they feed a lot on our fearful emotions and negative low vibrations. And I know it sounds like, because maybe you've heard this before, but it is actually very, very important to work on your thoughts. Like, this is so important, because whatever they are doing on the outside, fighting and blocking the reptiles, they are telling us, is futile if we're gonna keep projecting them with our collective minds. It's basically, they are fighting our shadows. They are fighting our shadows, and it's not gonna be permanent. It's not gonna come into a permanent effect if we don't heal it from within, okay? So if we have created those problems, those issues, cabals, regressive, we have the power to dissolve it. We do, we truly do. And that's why they are here to tell us, to awaken that power, because there's only so much they can do from the outside if us individually and a collective keep projecting those shadows. Okay?
It's very simple.
Very important.
All right? It's all about what we concentrate on, what we focus on. What we focus on is what we manifest. All right? So our politics and our religions and our wars and all the things that people are having difficulty with, when you concentrate on something, you create it. Now, if I tell you don't think about a pink elephant for the next 30 seconds, what are you all thinking about? Pink elephant. That's the old adage. That's the way it works. Okay? Drop the pink elephant. Concentrate on what you want, not what you don't want. And it starts with every individual.
Yes, exactly. And they're telling us that, for example, what they see with the humans are very dispersed. They have a tendency to focus so much on what's negative. And on the other hand, we have been projected so much negativity on purpose by the reptilians, because the reptilians know how this works. They need us. They need us and our creative focus for their existence, okay? And we give in to that. So we are dispersed, we give so much attention to the negative things, and our focus on the positive, what we want, is very dispersed. What they are telling us, you need to focus, concentrate as a laser beam on what you want, on what you want. Know yourself. That's why knowledge is so important. This was very important what I said, that they have been stressing this over and over again, saying, Gosia, we are tired, we are fighting these reptiles and this and that, but these are all human collective shadows. Like, you need to start healing this from within, seriously.